As time goes by, many people still believe that caring about appearance, societal pressure, and the constant pursuit of material things remain top priorities in life. However, at a certain stage, it becomes clear that these things lose their importance. Have you ever stopped to think about what truly matters to you? What once felt like an obligation or a socially imposed necessity now seems insignificant. Who hasn't had the feeling that time is flying and that beauty standards or other people's expectations no longer make sense in their reality? If you still feel trapped by these pressures, maybe this is the perfect time for a deep and liberating change. Believe me, this transformation can bring a sense of lightness and freedom you never imagined. Before we move on, I want to welcome everyone. If this is your first time here, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Here, we share reflections on Stoicism, an ancient but incredibly relevant philosophy that teaches us how to live with more awareness and balance. Now, let's think together about how we can let go of everything that no longer contributes to our growth and start living a more authentic and fulfilling life. As we mature, we discover a kind of freedom that few people truly appreciate, the chance to simplify our routine and find more peace in our daily lives. This doesn't mean giving up on dreams or disconnecting from the world, but rather refining our existence by removing what no longer makes sense. Imagine how freeing it would be to let go of draining commitments that take up your energy without offering any real benefit, or to detach from objects that are just taking up space but no longer serve a purpose. Retirement, for example, can be the perfect time to trade the daily rush for quiet mornings, enjoying a good cup of coffee with warm bread from the neighborhood bakery, or maybe reorganizing your home, keeping only what brings back good memories and makes you happy. This new perspective on life shouldn't be seen as a loss, but as a rediscovery of what truly matters. And that's one of the greatest lessons this stage of life offers: the importance of staying true to yourself and living in a way that genuinely makes sense to you. Being authentic is a true breath of freedom, especially after 60, when social masks start to fall away and the need to please everyone becomes less and less relevant. Does it really make sense to keep spending time and effort trying to fit into standards that were never yours to begin with? Think about the peace of wearing clothes that truly make you feel comfortable, without worrying about what others think, or the satisfaction of saying no without guilt to invitations that don't interest you or bring you joy. This stage of life allows you to take control of your choices and do things at your own pace. Maybe instead of going to a formal event, you'd rather spend the afternoon in the garden taking care of your plants or getting lost in the pages of a good book. Authenticity also shows up in conversations, where you can express your thoughts with honesty and wisdom without fear of judgment. And when you live in a way that's true to yourself, you inspire those around you to do the same, creating a lighter and more genuine environment. This awakening to what truly matters leads us to an essential point: the importance of letting go of excess. Throughout life, we accumulate so many things that in reality aren't essential. It's liberating to realize that we don't need much to be happy. After 60, carrying the weight of forgotten objects in drawers or stuffing closets with clothes that are never worn becomes an unnecessary burden. Why not replace that clutter with a more organized and welcoming space? Donating clothes you no longer use can help someone in need, and transforming a messy area into a cozy reading or meditation nook can make a huge difference in your well-being. This process of letting go is like opening the windows of a closed room, allowing fresh air and light to come in, not just refreshing the space, but also your mind and emotions. When we create space, not just in our homes, but also in our thoughts and hearts, we open the door to new experiences, more meaningful relationships, and moments that truly matter. And as we free ourselves from material burdens, we realize that many of the social rules we once followed so strictly no longer have the same hold on us. With maturity, we understand that not all rules need to be followed to the letter. Many are just imposed habits that drain our energy without bringing real satisfaction. Why insist on attending events where you don't feel comfortable, or maintaining relationships that no longer hold meaning? Saying no to these empty obligations is an act of self-love. It allows you to focus your energy on what truly matters. In the end, true freedom is about living in alignment with your values, respecting your own pace, and allowing yourself to enjoy what truly adds meaning to your life. The sooner we understand this, the more time we have to focus on what really makes a difference. Choosing a relaxed lunch with close friends over attending a formal event that only drains your energy is a perfect example of how small decisions can transform the way we live. This kind of conscious choice isn't rebellion or carelessness. It's simply a way of living more authentically, in tune with who we really are. After 60, happiness is found in the simplest and most genuine things. It's not about getting a fancier car or a bigger house, but about learning to appreciate the present moment and enjoy life with a sense of ease. Life takes on new meaning when we start noticing the beauty in everyday moments. The joy of sipping fresh coffee with someone special or the peace of watching the sunset are simple experiences that warm the heart and spark gratitude. These moments don't require big financial investments, just the willingness to be present and pay attention to what truly matters. Taking a slow walk in the park, feeling the gentle breeze on your face, or tending to your garden while listening to your favorite music are small gestures that nourish the soul in ways money can't buy. The pleasure of savoring a homemade meal cooked with care, or the calmness of sitting on the porch, watching the world go by, are joys that we often learn to appreciate only with time. When we adopt this new perspective on life, we realize that the signs of aging aren't something to fear, but rather marks that carry stories and memories. Growing older is like flipping through a book filled with chapters of lived experiences, emotions, lessons, and unforgettable moments. The lines on our faces stop being seen as imperfections and instead become symbols of a life well lived. Every wrinkle has a story to tell, whether it's from shared laughter with friends, sleepless nights caring for loved ones, or joyful days under the sun. This doesn't mean neglecting self-care, but rather prioritizing well-being without feeling pressured to meet external expectations. Taking care of your body and mind becomes an act of self-love. Setting aside time to stretch, go for a walk outdoors, practice yoga, or simply enjoy a relaxing bath are small habits that refresh your energy and improve your quality of life. Peace of mind comes when we accept that we don't need to chase unrealistic standards to feel good about ourselves. As we redefine what truly matters, we realize that every minute is too valuable to be wasted on obligations that don't bring anything positive into our lives. This is the perfect time to focus on activities that bring genuine satisfaction and joy. If something starts to feel like a burden, maybe it's time to reevaluate. Swapping exhausting commitments for hobbies that bring happiness, like painting, gardening, or learning a new musical instrument, makes daily life much more enjoyable and fulfilling. Moreover, engaging in meaningful activities strengthens both emotional and mental health. Why not explore new passions? Joining a book club, experimenting with new recipes, or even writing about your experiences can be deeply rewarding. Choosing where to invest our time consciously brings us closer to a more fulfilling life and frees us from outdated expectations. Turning 60 brings a new kind of freedom, the ability to ignore superficial expectations and fully embrace authenticity. Society's beauty standards lose their grip when we realize that true charm lies in our natural essence and the unique way we carry our stories. Gray hair, wrinkles, and the natural changes in our bodies don't need to be seen as problems, but rather as reflections of a life rich in experiences. What truly matters is feeling good in your own skin, without the pressure to fit into unrealistic ideals. Taking care of your appearance and health remains important, but without the burden of meeting external demands. Instead of following fleeting trends, it's far more satisfying to wear comfortable clothes that reflect your personality and adopt habits that promote well-being, like enjoying a soothing cup of tea in the evening, prioritizing restful sleep, or simply walking barefoot around the house, feeling the ground beneath your feet. These small joys are worth more than any expensive beauty treatment. When we reassess our priorities, life becomes lighter and more enjoyable. It's like packing for a trip and bringing only what's essential, leaving behind unnecessary weight. This means spending more time with loved ones, reconnecting with passions that were set aside over the years, or simply allowing yourself to rest without guilt. If something doesn't bring happiness or add value to your life, maybe it's time to let it go. After all, true wealth is found in living simply, enjoying each moment without being tied down by things that no longer make sense. Choosing peaceful outings in places that bring warmth to your heart, like a quiet beach, a park filled with trees, or a cozy cafe, can be far more fulfilling than forcing yourself into social commitments that don't resonate with you. Consciously deciding where to invest your time and energy paves the way for a lighter, more meaningful routine, one focused on well-being, quality of life, and the freedom to be your true self. Throughout life, we're taught to follow patterns, meet expectations, and live up to external pressures. But at some point, we realize that many of these demands no longer make sense. A sense of relief comes when we understand that we can live more simply, in alignment with our own values. Now that you've reflected on these changes, an important question arises. How can you apply this new perspective to your daily life? Are you ready to let go of everything that doesn't truly reflect your desires and start prioritizing what genuinely brings you happiness? Think about it. Maybe it means spending more time with the people you love, letting go of habits that drain your energy, or simply embracing life's natural changes with more kindness and less resistance. Time is one of the most precious things we have, and wasting it on unnecessary worries can pull us away from what truly matters. So don't wait until tomorrow to start making changes. You can begin today. Small daily shifts make a big difference in creating a more authentic and fulfilling life. Every step you take toward this new way of seeing the world brings more balance and peace. No matter how many years you've lived, there's always room to learn, grow, and see life from a fresh perspective. True freedom begins when you stop seeking approval from others and start valuing what truly makes your heart feel alive. This awakening can come from a hobby you've always wanted to explore, a dream you've put on hold for years, or simply the decision to live more mindfully, appreciating the small joys of everyday life. Genuine moments, like feeling the wind on your face during a peaceful walk, reading a book without rushing, or slowly savoring a cup of coffee, become priceless when we stop giving so much importance to things that don't serve us. Maturity teaches us that true value isn't found in material things, but in experiences that touch the heart and leave lasting impressions on the soul. Living more lightly also means letting go of the illusion that we need to have everything under control. Happiness doesn't always come from doing. It often comes from simply being. And being your true self means accepting that perfection is an impossible standard and that life's beauty is found in its imperfections. The marks of time, gray hair, and the natural changes in our bodies are signs of a life rich in experiences and growth. Instead of seeing them as flaws, why not embrace them as symbols of strength and wisdom? Every wrinkle tells a story of heartfelt laughter, challenges overcome, emotional moments, and personal victories. Accepting this part of ourselves makes us more authentic, and in turn, inspires others to do the same. When we stop chasing perfection, we gain an incredible sense of freedom. Real transformation isn't about external changes. It's about how we choose to see life. Happiness doesn't depend on grand external circumstances, but on our ability to appreciate the present and find joy in the simple things. If you still feel tied to expectations that don't reflect who you truly are, maybe it's time to rethink. Change isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of courage. Having the willingness to reshape your life according to what truly matters to you is an act of self-respect. Every new day is an opportunity to redefine what's truly important. And the truth is, there's no more room for living under societal pressures or exhausting yourself with commitments that don't bring you joy. As the years pass, we realize that life's greatest treasures aren't found in external achievements, but in meaningful, simple moments. Time spent with friends, connecting with nature, feeling at peace in your own home, or being grateful for a well-lived day. These are the real gifts of growing older. The biggest lesson in this new chapter of life is that happiness is in your hands. It doesn't depend on external factors, but on the choices you make every day, who you choose to spend time with, how you spend your days, and what you decide to value all shape your journey. So, as you plan your days and make decisions, ask yourself, does this make me happy? Does this bring me peace? Does this truly matter to me? If the answer is no, maybe it's time to make space for new experiences and allow yourself to live with more ease. Change can feel scary, but it's a necessary step toward true freedom, and that freedom is priceless. It means being able to say no without guilt, choosing what makes sense for you, and following your own path without fear of judgment. Life is too short to be lived by someone else's rules. So, embrace your authenticity, live truthfully, and celebrate every moment that makes your heart come alive. After all, living fully is the greatest achievement we can reach. As you walk this new path, you're not just taking care of yourself, you're also inspiring those who follow your journey. Your decision to live with more meaning, lightness, and joy proves that it's possible to find fulfillment without conforming to imposed standards or external expectations. You become an example that happiness isn't found in big material achievements, but in how we choose to see and enjoy each day. Many people spend their entire lives trying to fit in, seeking approval and fearing they'll disappoint others. But at some point, we realize that true fulfillment comes from within. The moment we take control of our own story and prioritize what truly matters to us, life becomes more genuine and rewarding. This transformation doesn't happen overnight, but every small step toward authenticity makes a difference. Life is a series of daily choices, some easy, some challenging. But when you choose to live more truthfully and in alignment with your values, everything starts to make more sense. Every conscious decision becomes a building block for a lighter, more meaningful future. This doesn't mean there won't be challenges along the way, but you'll be more prepared to face them with calm and confidence. If you've chosen to let go of what no longer serves you and embrace a new way of living, know that you're on the right path. There's no final destination when it comes to personal growth. It's a continuous journey of learning and evolution. The key is to remember that every effort you make to live with more clarity and purpose is an investment in your own well-being. And at the end of each day, when you look back, you'll have the satisfaction of knowing you lived a life you truly chose, not one shaped by other people's expectations. That is true freedom, living according to your essence, respecting your limits, and celebrating your achievements no matter how small. May your journey continue to be rich in discoveries and new opportunities to know yourself better. May you have the courage to face change, the gratitude to recognize life's blessings, and the determination to move forward with confidence. The path of authenticity isn't always the easiest, but it's undoubtedly the most rewarding. If this reflection resonated with you, share it with someone who might also benefit from these words. After all, we're all on a journey to live more lightly and truthfully. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can keep up with content that helps you see life with more clarity, purpose, and freedom. We're in this journey of self-discovery and personal growth together. Let's keep moving forward with enthusiasm, learning, and evolving each day. If you enjoyed this content, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss new reflections that can transform the way you live. Together, we can build a life that is lighter, more meaningful, and truly authentic.